Comic-Con exclusive, which I may say has already sold out on Mattel Creations. If you haven't gotten this, the only place you can now get it is at our retail booth. I'm gonna pass it over to Chloe to explain why everyone should try to get their hands on. And yeah, let's start with packaging here. What? I can do this. So packaging, you can tell, takes a lot of cues from the old kind of comic covers, referencing the old covers. It has amazing die-cut claws that really reference our Jurassic Park 3 movie. And of course, you can see up top, it says 25th anniversary. So this was us paying homage to the 25th anniversary of this film. And this is the first time ever we are doing comic style on a dinosaur. So Chloe, tell us a little more about the details. Make sure you speak into the mic here.
Sorry, I am a very quiet person, so it's very hard for me to speak loud. Can you guys hear me?
There we go.
Thank you. So for our 2026 Comic-Con, we wanted to create something really special for the con, and we knew that we wanted to celebrate the 25th anniversary for Jurassic Park 3. So we chose the iconic Velociraptor from Jurassic Park 3, and you can like top to bottom, head to tail, like take out the dinosaur to show you guys. So it just popped out from the comic book.
It's a page popper.
So take it out, simply plug it in, and you can see that he's like. So you can see a lot of the comic book effect, like the black lines, shadows, and it's really cool and unique. And I think it's perfect for Comic-Con because it's Comic-Con, and you can see cool details all over. And I think I love this item because it's like not only celebrating the Jurassic Park 3, but also the legacy of the Jurassic comics that we feel very nostalgic to. So it has multiple points of articulations, and I think it's really cool figure to pose and display in this cool comic book packaging. And I think it's really special for the con.
All right. Let's keep going with our smaller dinosaur species. Next up, we have Hammond Collection, the Dilophosaurus, the Hypsilophodon, and the Mutodon. So I'll pass it over to Zoe to walk us through some of those.
I also was quiet. Okay, so you guys can hear me well? Okay, awesome. So pulling them out here, we have these really awesome species here. With two of them being from Rebirth, with the Dilophosaurus, which is really fun to get this new version of Dilophosaurus after so long. Each one comes with additional piece count. So this one comes with an additional frill. This one has an additional jaw, which is really fun because then you get to keep, for these guys, their more natural anatomy on their jaw, which is really fun. And then we can have two different versions of wigs for the Mutodon, so you can do both like when it's creeping around with wings tucked in, or like mid-flight. And so it's really fun. I think one of my favorites is this guy because without like the visual reference, we get to make a lot of design choices that are more specific to the designer. So we get to make some really fun, more unique choices. It's really fun.
What was your favorite choice that you feel like you made on this species?
The colors. I think the colors I really like. It's like the nice contrast with the green, and like this pop of red on the eyes is really fun.
Nice. All right, we're gonna go up in size a little bit, moving on to our Sinoceratops. This is one of my favorites. I'm gonna pass it over to Raph to tell us a little bit more.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the Sinoceratops. And by the way, my favorite part was that you were able to include 2 sets of wings on the Mutodon. That was phenomenal. I love posting those and using 2 of them. So amazing. But the Sinoceratops, I love this guy. You have the ability to change the horn for like a fully perfect horn, and then remove it, and then you can put a broken horn. But the actual best part of the Sinoceratops is that you can take the lower jaw, take it off, and if you remember, Owen is falling down in one of our films, and someone gets to lick Owen, so like you get to recreate that beautiful pose. So that in itself brings that movie magic moment into the Hammond collection, and that just made my day forever. It's amazing.
And for our ceratopsians, we don't usually do open mouth, so that's also like a really fun moment for us.
I love it. And the fact that we included the two pieces makes it look like super seamless. So like it looks like an actual Sinoceratops. So like before it would be like opening and closing. But for this type of species, like having the extra piece is just phenomenal. I love it.
Those are some friendly dinos. We also have some vicious dinos. So I am going to bring out our Scorpius Rex next and pass it back to Chloe about why this is such a drool-worthy dino. Look at all that articulation. It makes it so hard to pose in the moment.
So I'm so happy to include our Scorpius Rex to the Henna Collection line. I had really fun working on this guy because he has a very interesting silhouette, and you can see he's like really regular, and he has a very cool like silhouette, size of everything, and it's like other any Henna Collection dinosaurs, it has a cool wire visible tail, so you can go
Bend that
back and
baby.
It's like so satisfying to bend around the tail, and you can pose it really cool. There's comes with a cool swappable additional claws that you can pose in different poses. And also, one of my favorite detail of this Scorpius Rex is the drool piece that you can actually insert in the mouth. So you can actually take it out. So it's normal dino, normal fun Scorpius. And then I wanted to capture Scorpius was like constantly growling and like drooling, and I wanted to capture that in a bigger form. So I made a drool accessory piece that you can like simply insert it in. There's a teeth hole, so you can actually fit it into the teeth. Just play with it a little bit, then you'll get it. And then when you put it in, then you can see the cheese like drooling, and it's really cool to count and to pose.
You can imagine what that meeting was like when Chloe came in and was like, I want to add drool. And I was like, no. But here we are. And if you haven't seen our shadow booth, shadow box, you can see the Scorpius is also posed out, and we're able to get that iconic kind of Scorpius Rex pose. So really fun articulation on this one. But we aren't done with villains. We have our crown jewel next in all of its Hammond Collection glory, the Indominus. I'm gonna pass it back to Chloe. She's our villainous dino queen at this point, so she's gonna walk us through this one. We got a fan.
So I love villains from our franchise, and I'm so happy to include the Indominus Rex in our line. It's finally here. It's huge. Like other Hammond Collection, you can bend the tail. It's so satisfying and it's so realistic, and I think it's a really cool feature to have in the Hammond Collection. And it's articulations, and I love Indominus because she's very clever and she can camouflage. So she has a little darker color palette because I wanted to capture the villain when she's like camouflaged in a darker environment. So it's a little darker than when you see it from like we know that Indominus is white, but I wanted to capture that like cool. This version has that like camouflaging dark environment color palette, and you can see the antenna, details, and it comes with additional claws to have different grabbing pose. And also, last but not least,
Easter egg.
you can take the skin panel out, and you can see the tracking implants, because this is inspired by the scene where she claws out her skin to trick human and escape. I think that's awesome, and I wanted to capture that in a bigger form, so it's a little bigger than the actual movie, but like I wanted to have that like storytelling into our Hammond Collection bigger. So it's like you can just put it on, and it's really cool. You can see the tracking implant. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah.
All right, so clearly we're getting a lot of inspiration from the movies. That makes sense. Thinking about the most recent movie, Rebirth, we had another friendly face be introduced to the franchise. And we are so excited to introduce our little, adorable, licorice-loving Aqualops Dolores herself. So this is the first time we have done a true 1-to-1 scale dino. So it actually is the size of the dino in reference to like a real life human, which we are calling screen scale. And it's still going to be in Hammond collection, so you can expect all the premium details. And I also want to shout out the fans because the inspiration for this item actually originated from a conversation with a fan at a Comic-Con not too long ago. So we do listen. I just want to say that. So Chloe, tell us about this item.
I think this is my show today. I'm just constantly talking about my dinosaurs that I made. So I'm so excited to include like screen scale kind of collection lines, and this is first time showing Apple the Dolores from the movie. She's very adorable. She has multiple points of articulation, so as you can see, as you can like pose in like with your little small dino pet. You can put it on your shoulder. It can be your little small potato. Like
Move that so they can see on camera too for those in the back. Look at that. Time to adopt a pet.
And she has my favorite part about this Dolores is she has a squishy belly.
It is that real feel material.
We are using soft PC to capture the cuteness of her belly, and it's very like satisfying to touch because it's like more squishier than our materials, and it has a glass eye.
So really getting credit based on the size of the pupil here.
So it's really big, and you can see the cool edges to look more lifelike than just painted eyes.
And I was serious about adopting a pet because if you go to this QR code right now, this item is available for pre-order at Mattel Creations and Walmart.com. I will say that it's quite a limited drop. We don't have a lot of units, so if you are really interested, I would definitely pre-order. And I'll keep this slide up for a hot second for anyone who wants to make sure they bookmark that link. All right, speaking of QR codes, I was serious when I said that we listen to you guys. So we want to keep screen scale going, that true one-to-one scale with a human. So on this next page is a fan vote. So if you are interested in helping us decide what species to do.
You can see here it has the little chain there. You see it on almost every scene with that. So it's really fun. You can take it on and off and choose whether or not you want that included as well. But some really fun colors on this version. This guy here as well, which is really fun. The Archean of the Mimus. Here. Sorry. And then it's been a minute since we've had the human in the line. So getting to bring in Mahershala as the grade, which I'm gonna make him sit because he will fall over. Which he also comes with this in your Nathis from Rebirth as well. It's a little like square. You can play out that scene with him in the D-Rex, and then his hat. I would make sure that he's wearing because he has his hat. So definitely really fun to get to bring him into the line as well as all these other ones with how much work we put into the likeness and really making sure that we bring him to life in full.
We will have more humans coming back to Hammond Collection. So that is not the end of our humans in Rebirth. Hammond Collection, you guys have been on the journey with us and for a long time. A QR code again, if you did not get a chance to grab this item during our Beyond the Gates drop at Target, it will be available with more units later this afternoon, so make sure it's live now. I'm getting confirmation, so make sure you scan the QR code and get it, because again, it's a limited second run of drops, so get your chance. But I'm gonna pass it over to Mike to kind of talk us through the Jeep Wrangler.
Hello. So, little backstory here. This is a few years here I've been with Mattel so far, so a few Comic-Cons so far. Every year has been in the vehicles team. This is my first year with Jurassic, and I'm still doing vehicles. But I love it, so it is the best vehicle. I'm sure all of you have seen online already. I see the comments. I do read them all, by the way. And there are all three numbers, so you do get 12, 10, and 18.
designed it to overlap with these matte labels that are removable, so you can swap it as many times as you want, and there's extras just in case. So, but again, as we're going over this, and I'm sure you saw, you can create all three of them. We have a working winch, which is awesome.
Wow.
We have lights, front and back. And I'm telling you, all the accessories that come with this, it's just amazing being able to take them apart, build the ones you want, build the version you want. The piece counts.
Every iteration you saw in the movie, you can get here. This is a 3-in-1 vehicle at this point.
So this is all the pieces in all these two as well. So but yeah, we can do make number 10. I think it's 10, right? I always get the numbers confused. Of course. So if you had a little Ian Malcolm, you got him in the back seat chasing, running away from the T-Rex.
And it is the right scale with our Hammond collection human figures.
Yeah, actually, it is slightly larger than any of the previous Jeeps that we have done. As I was going through all the old kind of Jeeps that we had in hand, putting in the figures, and like, oh, they're a little tight and a little smaller. So I wanted to make it just slightly bigger, just so they could fit perfectly more comfortably, and there all the articulation and everything with it. So, yeah. This is like, let me show you. I'm gonna peel off one of the stickers just so you can see. It's gonna come printed with 12. And the removable label comes right off.
Very easy.
And you can, we set it up, we die cut it so that way it fits right with the existing deco. So you can just plop it right back on, matching those lines. Can't do very good right now, but as you can see. So yeah, we're really excited. I'm really excited. Really happy that this is my first Hammond item. And much more to come.
More to come. All right, speaking of bringing back, so that was an exploration in how we bring back the baryonyx better than ever. And again, I want to hear from you guys. So there's a couple different ideas that we're toying with for another fan vote. If there is a specific species you want to